I'm up at Middletown, up north, and with me is Charles, in the middle of making a film, so we might have to be quiet every now and again. I was delighted to be on the set yesterday myself, taking a small part. But Charles, this is about John Newton. It's about Amazing Grace.
Yes.
And you work for ministries, and therefore it's a sort of religious film. Am I on the right track here?
Yes, there certainly is a religious link to it. Amazing Grace is the most sung hymn in the English language.
No.
And next January is the 250th anniversary of when it was first sung in Olney, England.
Right.
And John Newton was the author. Most people might know that John Newton was a slave trader, and towards the end of his life, as a pastor, he helped William Wilberforce and encouraged the abolishment of slavery in the United Kingdom. And he was a remarkable person. And then some people, even if they know little of Newton, they may not know that he himself had been a slave for a year in West Africa as a young man. Oh. And he had, really starting with a shipwreck off the northern coast of Ireland, he had amazing religious experience. And he began through years of just beating himself up over what he had been. He actually then became a minister of the Church of England. And he was friends with the Wesleys, with George Whitefield. They encouraged him. He encouraged them. And he was wasn't fairly good. He was quite good with words. And he would write hymns. And one of the things that bothered him when he came to Olney, England, was there were people that would come to church, but there were, like the Huguenot lace makers, that felt embarrassed. They were illiterate. They wouldn't come to church. He wanted to take the church to them. And he would do things like children's meetings every week in a little market town like Olney. He would get 200 kids a week out to his little events where he would catechize them. He would teach them the Bible. But the idea we have in our movie, Paul, is there needs to be an understanding of grace more today. When I was growing up, Mahalia Jackson, a Southern gospel singer in America, made a hit out of Amazing Grace. It was a civil rights song. Judy Collins made a hit out of it. It was more an anti-Vietnam War song. What we want to do is be able to, especially with the culture and the world we live in today, where everybody's at each other's throats, no one respects anyone else, and we want to show people what grace really meant to John Newton, how it changed his life, and then how it can change other people's lives as well, and how it can bring reconciliation between people as well. So, John Rhys-Davies said, why don't you film part of it in the Isle of Man?
I was going to ask you why you're here. Yeah, because of John Rhys-Davies.
Yes, because of him, and it's cheaper than London or Oxford. And you've got all this lovely period architecture and spots to film in. And not only that, I'm really enjoying my time in the Isle of Man.
That's lovely to hear.
And it's great. I get to meet you, and you were playing a character yesterday yourself.
It's all like friends of John Rhys-Davies got involved. We got some shots going on in the background, and we're here at Middletown today. But yesterday you were down at Russian Abbey.
That's right.
In
Castletown, I think. Yes.
And how much more you got here to do before you head off?
Just a little bit. There will be some drone shots and a little more on Monday morning, and then we're off, and we're hoping to get back to North America. We're using a scholar who's a friend of mine. He is the authority on John Newton. He teaches in Vancouver, but he obtained his doctorate with his dissertation on John Newton. And it was funny because he spent several months in Olney writing his dissertation. People were going into their attics, pulling out shoe boxes and old tin boxes, and they were finding all these letters. Would this help you at all? Things that really should have been in the Bodleian, and no, they were in their attics.
So this is going to be the whole story, and it's going to be on TV. Will it be one of our streaming services, or where is it going to be?
Yes, it'll be streamed, and it should come out next September.
Yeah.
That's the plan right now. In North America, we'll be launching it at about 800 to 1,000 movie theaters.
Wow.
Then after that, it'll go on streaming services, and maybe there'll even be a premiere here in Manx.
We'll get you back.
Did I say it right?
Yeah,
Manx?
in the Isle of Man. Manx.
The Isle of Man. Okay.
It's been great talking to you, and we've been seeing lots of
Thank
shots
you,
behind
Paul.
the scenes. And it's good to hear that you like filming here, because we did have a film industry which sort of disappeared overnight years ago. But you think there's potential here?
We're going to try to put the word out to bring it back here and bring more on. John Rhys-Davies is very interested.
Yeah,
in
and his
that.
film studio is still something that we've got to be talking to him about.
He has a sound studio
Yeah.
ready to go. So, yes,
Watch
right
this
here.
space.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Paul.